What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug, and welcome back to WWE 12, the road to WrestleMania, Week 20, as the game. Still not sure how he's an outsider, but whatever.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Friday Night SmackDown comes to you tonight from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Oh, and hearing the name of this place fires up my sweet tooth every time, Michael.
Well, one person who's not feeling very sweet is the game, Triple H.
Oh, and speaking of Triple H, he's heading this way.
Good God Almighty, what will he do now that Edge is also in the chair of wheels? Chair of wheels.
Miz, Edge, you can't hide from me forever.
This looks familiar.
I'm afraid that for our own protection, Edge and I are located in a remote location.
You're really something, you know that?
Of course I know that. I'm awesome. And I appreciate the compliment, Triple H. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to give you an opportunity to face Edge.
Cool.
If you can defeat your next opponent, you will be one of 6 competitors in the Money in the Bank match this Sunday.
Lame.
Triple H, say hello to Randy Orton.
RKO. I don't know. That was perfect. Turn around, RKO out of nowhere. Come on, Wrestling 101. What are you doing here? Instead, the Viper's gonna just saunter his way down to the ring. The ex-WWE champion. Anyway, welcome to a fine Wednesday here on the program. Obviously, of the biggest news yesterday was all that 2K19 Tower stuff. And I specifically made a whole video just for that, so go watch that video, because I didn't want this whole video to be just me talking about that thing and whatnot, because obviously SmackDown happened last night, and there is SmackDown things to discuss. But first and foremost, the actual other news tidbits out there, RKO out of nowhere. Stuff, we have one, Joey Mercury is now working for Ring of Honor as like a trainer and also producer. So for those of you holding out hope for a J&J Security reunion, probably not going to happen. So, or if you're holding out hope for a Eminem reunion, Mercury, Nitro, Melina, probably not going to happen. Anyhow, also, it looks like our Orton pose, it looks like that the current consideration for the lead play-by-play announcer for the Mae Young Classic is going to be Morrow, which is certainly welcome considering the state that Jim Ross is in these days. He kind of just doesn't care. Certainly Jim Ross, like one of the greatest, if not, like if you're talking like top 2, top 3 announcers of all time, Jim Ross. And certainly having grown up primarily on hearing Jim Ross, more than anybody else in my life for announcing, I would say yes, Jim Ross. But these days, it's not what it used to be. So, certainly Morrow would be a welcome addition to the Mae Young Classic. Honestly, have it be like the Cruiserweight Classic and pair him with Daniel Bryan, because that stuff was real funny. Anyway, moving on to Yonder SmackDown, and the news therein, and the show that happened last night, which was better than Raw, which is not even a surprising thing to say anymore. And for a lot of reasons. And not just because it's shorter, but for a lot of other reasons that I've kind of been discussing here in the past several days. And so, one thing though, I'm wondering, is how much longer can they do the Carmella pretends to be humble, and then guess what, she's a heel and she's not. Like, how many more times can you do that? Like, is that just part of her character? That's what she's always going to do? Or, like, at some point, you gotta evolve that into something else, because that's kind of the key and the crux of wrestling, is taking your character and evolving it, at least a little bit. Because she's been doing that an awful lot. And I think it doesn't really help that over on Raw, Alexa Bliss kind of does the same thing, where it's, oh, pretend to be humble, and then, no, fooled you, I'm a heel. Like, no, we get it. And at least the crowd was consistently booing her during that whole thing, with one Becky Lynch, who was, I guess, still is the #1 contender on SmackDown, but now not the only #1 contender on SmackDown. I'll get to that here in a minute. So, there was that whole bit of business. But, they had the New Day on commentary during The Bar versus the Usos, and they had their own commentary table that was orange with pancakes. Fantastic. But They kept cutting back and forth in between the two commentary teams. I want, like, either on YouTube or on the network or somewhere, I want the unedited all of the New Day for that whole match. Like, I want to hear what they were saying, because it sounded pretty good. So, give me that. That sounds hilarious. Please, please, please. Please, please. So, perhaps it'll show up somewhere. Obviously, they recorded it, but we didn't get the whole thing. We didn't get all of the New Day and all of their amazing commentary and whatnot. So, here's hoping. Fingers crossed. That comes up somewhere, somehow. Put it as like a extra on a DVD or something. I don't care. Just, it has to surface, please.
Wow, what a match! With that victory, Triple H has earned a place at Money in the Bank.
And now the only question is, who are the other 5 competitors the game will be facing?
I guess The Miz will let us know Sunday.
Money in the Bank. Oh, this should be a nightmare factory. Let's go. But in that tag team match, the Bar won, because of course they won. I'm still calling it's going to be the Bar versus the Bludgies getting a bludgeoning at SummerSlam. Dolph Ziggler. So it's all going to be all Misfits. It's 5 Misfits and 1 Triple H. They've stacked the deck against the game. Just that much. Just that much. That's fine. Anyway, also on SmackDown, we get to see Joe cut a pretty good promo. And his stuff feels different. And I'll tell you why. Because most guys, they say, alright, you can't look directly into the hard camera. And they let Joe do it, and it just feels that much more personal. And so he's saying basically, hey AJ, you're a bad dad, you're a bad husband, I'm gonna beat you and take your belt. And as always, personal issues in wrestling get the job done. So you make it personal, then you fight, and it adds a gravitas to the action. So thumbs up all around on that. SmackDown continuing to kill it. Speaking of SmackDown killing it, speaking of Randy Orton, he's doing what I said he should totally do, which is not do the RKO. And he even got the crowd hyped for it. He's getting the crowd like he was still a face. Getting them hyped for it. He's like, nah. And then just does the Orton stomps and does the draping DDT twice. Just totally, thoroughly thrashes one Jeff Hardy. Kind of gets his face paint wiped off and is taking his necklace off. And it was all very well done. I'm not sure how Nakamura really kind of figures into all this whole thing, considering he is still the U.S. champion. But it was all very well done. And kudos to Randy Orton realizing that, hey, don't do the RKO, because people will always pop for it, whether you're a heel or you're a face. Oh, the truth shall set me free, okay. And of course, that's gotta be Kane. Through hellfire and brimstone, it's Kane. And the dashing one, Cody Rhodes. So yes, it is 5 of the Misfits, and then Triple H. But unfortunate for all those Misfits, it's time to play the game. Now then, speaking of The Miz, I already have signature. Speaking of The Miz, speaking of the best segment on SmackDown, was clearly Daniel Bryan and The Miz. And it totally, R-Truth, what are you doing? It totally highlights what I've been saying for the past, I don't know how long now, on this show. That continuity and character consistency makes for better wrestling. It makes for better stuff going on. It makes for a more heated, a more personal, a more interesting feud when you have personal issues in your show. When you follow up on things that happened 10 years ago, it makes more sense. And it's never going to happen here with, hold on. Nope. Yes, Pedigree. Pedigree. Dolph Ziggler. Get out of here. I can't even do an Irish whip. Cody, no! Knock into the thing! Yes, there we go. This is just terrible, because they're all just fighting me. It is a 5-on-1 assault here, and I'm not down with that. Thankfully, they've saw, okay, we can actually just have you sit here and get infinite signature and infinite finisher. That's helpful, but also annoying. So, yes, Miz, Really? Try it again. The fact that Miz can bring up things that happened 10 years ago on Season 1 of NXT is amazing, right? The fact that Miz brings up that his contract is running out is amazing. Like, 98% of that interaction was perfect. The only little tiny thing that kind of killed it for me was the baby crying thing. That was just lame and didn't like that. Everything else, though, kudos. Just kudos all around. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Almost like the beautiful Alicia Fox. So yeah, great stuff. Loved it. And again, I'm going to keep losing this match because it's impossible. It's impossible. Kane wins. The fact that Miz can bring up things that happened 10 years ago. Meanwhile, on Raw, Braun Strowman can't recall what the hell he did a month ago is exactly what I've been talking about this entire time. Like, seriously. It is the exact thing I've been mentioning for a while now. It's just having some character consistency and continuity in your show makes your show that much better. Like, the one thing I'm now looking forward to, above, I guess, all else, is how amazing that video package is going to be for Miz and Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam. It is going to be like a 5-minute just epic, just going through the whole past 10 years of their interactions, and you've got so much to work with. Like, it's the one thing they are firing on all cylinders. There's pretty much, like, they would have to seriously go out of their way to have that thing get messed up, because it is perfect in so many ways. So again, SmackDown, kudos. SmackDown killing it. So, of course, the end of SmackDown, Kane, no! No, Kane, no. That's a bad Kane. Bad Kane. The end of SmackDown was Charlotte returning. Well, she returned earlier in the evening. The return of the Queen, who then fought Carmella and won, and then now is added into that women's title match at SummerSlam. So now it is no longer a one-on-one. It is a triple threat. Which, like, okay. But that really kind of, to me, says if you're making it a triple threat, that means that somehow Carmella will still walk out with the belt after some shenanigans. You know, like, I get it, but it just is, it's a little bit too transparent for me. It's like, yeah, but that just means she can win. That just means there's one other avenue for Carmella to continue to be the women's champion on SmackDown. Also, that was the wrong spot for the ladder. I'm wasting my time. They're all in the way, which is a problem. But pedigree on the chair is not a problem. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Okay, let's see if we can't just kind of shift these guys to kind of get... No, this is going to be difficult. Get up on the ladder. Game. Do it. Do it to it. Nope. That is not... Nope. Jump! Woo! Hey, Jack Swagger. You're in the way. Kindly remove yourself from the equation. There you go. Now then. Can we get this thing in the right spot while everybody else is down from multiple pedigrees? I'd say maybe. Give me a little... Nope. Seriously? Again. Woo! Come on, just get under... I can't even tell where it is. Come on, you had it, he says. Shut up, Cole. Shut up, Cole. Get out of my ring, Kane. You're in the way. Okay, now then. Just let me get under this thing before anybody else wakes up. They're all just sleeping. They're all just very quietly sleeping. Don't wake anybody up. Oh, wow, that was real simple. That was real simple. Then you have to do the whole minigame. I can dig that. Oh, really? I still get screwed here.
Wait, King. Oh, Triple H is in a very precarious position here.
Yeah. Attitude. Well, back body drop. What are you doing, Swagger? Just stand there? Oh.
Here comes some personnel to take Ziggler away.
King, behind the security barrier, SmackDown's general manager, The Miz, has come to ringside.
What? The match is still going? What? I thought I was done for the day. Hit all opponents with a finisher. Swagger, no. No. No, Swagger, no. All opponents had to hit with a finisher for some reason. I don't really know why, but... Oh, Cody Rhodes here. Bringing out this signature sledgehammer. Alright, we got R-Truth here. Pedigree. Jack Swagger. Spinebuster. Kane's in the wrong spot. That's fine. Jack Swagger. Pedigree. That's 2. Cody, you're next. Cody. Spinebuster. Kane. Pedigree. And then we just got hit with Cody with a pedigree, and then we're done here. Where is Miz, though? They say he was ringside, but I don't actually see him. Boom! There's no room to move in this ring, but whatever. All opponents of the 4 remaining get hit with finishers. There we go.
Oh my gosh! Everybody's down, Michael.
Handing out pedigrees like candy.
Can he do it? Can he bring down the briefcase?
Oh, it's a miracle.
The Miz has gotten out of his wheelchair.
Look at him go, Michael. I don't think I've ever seen The Miz move so fast.
He's going to shove Triple H off the ladder.
Oh, no!
Good God, not even
what
a table.
fall.
Oh, man, the game is out. Look at R-Truth. I'm not even sure he knows what's happened.
But The Miz does, and once again, it's Triple H who pays the price.
Mr. Money in the Bank, R-Truth? That's what's up?
And look at him, King. He's practically carrying R-Truth up the ladder.
That ladder's like half open.
Wrong. Miz is going to
What
win.
are you doing?
You mean R-Truth's going to win?
I know what I said.
Boo! Boo! So once again, for the folks who say that I am too negative about everything, SmackDown, yeah! Raw, boo! Is what it is. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time, right here on this channel, and I'm out.